And I think that's what's going on with the ego. The ego thinks it's actually dying, but it's just being assessed. It's just being looked at. It's just being observed. If I take away all the excuses because I realize that I'm co-creating my world with the divine, and I can do as I will, create whatever it is that I want. That's difficult for the ego mind, the survival mode mindset, the lack mindset mentality to process, because then there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses not to be great. There's no more excuses not to be the best version of myself. It has nothing to hold on to. It can't lie to me anymore. There's no more survival tactics. There's no more underhanded gaslighting or love bombing myself. There's no more this and that or whatever I can tell myself to keep myself small, to keep my own self in my own prison and in my own box. I'm going to call it an ego death. It's just being looked at. It's being observed. It's being assessed. If I can create a toxic situation in my mind, if I can create something that hasn't even happened yet, but create a worst case scenario in my mind and have fear of an imaginary something that has not occurred yet, I could do something totally opposite of that. I could do something even more creative in a more positive way. I could think of the best case scenarios. I could not only stop thinking about those toxic situations, I could find the good that's in that toxic situation. I could find the good that's in that toxic situation. The good in that situation is me being able to be aware, with my awareness, shine some light on why that toxic situation is occurring, why that is happening, why I'm even dwelling on it, why am I even thinking about that? Because the mind, the ego, is trying to hold on to a drug, a hit, a fix, or whatever it is to keep itself alive, to keep itself energetically manifesting. I, as the creator, co-creating with the divine, can change that thought. I have control, the choice rather, to change that thought in the blink of an eye. I could change that thought to something totally, not even positive, but something energetically on a higher vibration on the scale of energy. Why would I choose to hold on to think about, to dwell in, to marinate myself, to serve it a cup of coffee, to serve that toxic situation a cup of coffee and sit down and enjoy itself around me, when all I have to do is focus on something even more beautiful, focus on this sun out here, focus on the trees, focus on a beautiful outcomes, focus on something, someone bringing me some organic food. Why wouldn't I focus on something like that? That's what you got to ask myself. I got to ask myself those big questions right now, family. That's what we got to practice on. That's what we're gonna practice on this channel. We're gonna practice asking ourselves the big questions. We're gonna practice asking ourselves the big questions. Get down to some real answers. We're not going to run away from ourselves. We're going to look at ourselves, family. We're going to turn around and we're going to face these fears. And we're going to walk through those doors of opportunity, and we're going to close the doors of our past life and our past experiences and our old outdated way of thinking and being. And we're going to open those new doors of opportunity Those doors of a new life, a new loves, new experiences, new relationships. That's what we're gonna do on this channel, fam. That's what we're gonna do on this channel. We're gonna get down to the bottom of all of this. We're not gonna keep tricking ourselves. We're not gonna keep lying to ourselves. We're not gonna keep allowing our ego to cross that boundary. We're definitely not gonna let anybody else outside of ourselves cross any boundaries. But we're not gonna allow our ego to run our lives over here, fam. That's not what we're doing over here. And we're not making enemies with our ego either. Because that ego is going to always be there. And it's going to always, no matter what we do, it's going to always try to come up with these little game plans. And what we're going to do is we're going to appreciate that. We're going to give it gratitude. And we're going to assess it. And we're going to come up with the tools to transmute that energy. We're going to come up with the tools to transmute all of that. Self-sabotaging, lack mindset, lack mentality, not having enough, not being enough, competing and comparing ourselves with others, being small, allowing others to take advantage of us, allowing others to love bomb us, trauma bomb us, and gaslight us, keep us in situations that we know we should get out of, keep our own self in our own prison that we know we should get out of. We're gonna learn to transmute all of that energy on this channel, family. That's what we're gonna do over here. That's what loving ourselves is gonna do for us, fam. We're all in this together. We really are. We're all in this together, okay? You are not alone. Like I told y'all before, I'm no better than anybody else, fam. We all on this planet, and we all are evolving. As I said before in some of my videos, you know, I said people going to be like this and that, whatever. You know, you this and that now. That's not. We're evolving on this channel. We're learning about ourselves, and we're evolving. We're not going to be the same. We're going to change. It's going to be like that, okay? When you're going through these changes and you're finding out about yourself, we start to take off all these levels, peeling that onion apart, taking off all these different, shedding all this skin. We're gonna find we going up under them ocean waters and seeing what's on the bottom of that ocean floor. It ain't gonna be pretty, but when we come out of it, we're gonna be some new beings. We're gonna be some new creatures. We're gonna be some new. We're going to talk different. We're going to walk different. We're going to act different. We're going to dress different. It's like that, fam. It's like that, okay? Make no mistake about it. Anyway, just came on here to have a little bit of self-talk with myself. I'll catch y'all later. Catch y'all on the next one.